Okay, so Dana, we are going to work together to make another set of these same slides, right?
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to walk you through how to just basically copy the slides that we have. So we have a set of what I think 4 slides here, and we're just going to basically duplicate these slides but with different information. Okay, and you're going to ask me questions as we go through, and I'm going to make sure that you understand how to replicate these activities but with different information.
Sounds good.
Okay, so the objective is not going to change, so we don't need to duplicate this slide.
Okay,
so we can go to the next slide. Yep. Okay, so on this page, the students are given a budget, which in this case is $10, and we're representing that visually for the kids who are not necessarily strong readers. So we've copied an image of a $10 bill, but we've also written it out. And we've also included a little image of a piggy bank and a shopping bag to visually represent the concept of a budget. And that is going to be a recurring image that pops up every time we talk about budget.
Okay.
So, okay. And then we also have a shopping list here where we're naming the items that we're going to shop for and also putting the price. So this one we've already done. So we're going to need to change some things. So we need a different budget, and we need a new shopping list. So let's start by changing our shopping list.
Should we copy the slide first?
We should definitely copy the slide first. Yes, so go up to slide.
Okay.
Up and here? Then, yep, up there and click slide, and then click duplicate slide.
Oh, and there's another one.
Yep, and you'll get an exact copy of that.
Okay.
Okay. So to make this easy, why don't we just make the budget $20, and that way we can just make a copy of that $10 bill that's right there.
Okay, sounds good.
So click on the 10 and hit Command. Well, that's how I always do it. You can go up to, there's 2 ways you can do this. You can hit Command C for copy, or you could go up to File, the File command at the top left. And no, that's not right. It must be under Edit, sorry.
I think we can also, on my computer, we can just right-click on the $10 bill.
Oh, right-click. Okay, so for me, I have a Mac. Right-click, and then C for copy.
Okay.
Okay, and then unclick, and then right-click V. Oh, see how it says Control V?
Yes.
Oh yeah, see, that's my shortcut.
Okay, so you can use Control C and Control V, or you can right click. You can do it either way?
Yep.
Okay.
So then paste. Okay, now you have 2 copies, and then move them apart a little bit so it's clear that you have 2. And you might have to make them smaller so that they both fit. So if you wanted to have an amount that was different from $20, then you could go into Google Images and choose an image for a 5 and have a 10 and a 5 and have your budget be 15. We're going to find images later so you can see how you would do that, but okay, just for now. Okay, so then we need to change where it says today our budget is 10, change that to 20. All right. So this activity is asking students to think about whether they have enough money for what they have in their cart. The next day, they're going to need to think about whether what they have in their cart are wants or needs. So we want to have maybe a mix of things. The things that you're looking at right here on this list is, I mean, I think those could all be considered needs, but as we're selecting things, we could throw in something that's just a want.
Okay.
It doesn't have, maybe.
So now we need to come up with new things for this shopping list, right?
We do, yes. So either 5, we have 5 on this list, that's a fine number, so we could just keep it at that.
Okay.
So it doesn't have to stay within $20. But we don't want to go too far over. We could go over a little bit. So we want to kind of stay in the ballpark, but we don't need to be extremely aware of that. And we could go up to 6 or even 7 items as we're putting this list together.
So we'd have to have some items that are a little bit more expensive than these to get up to $20.
Right. Exactly.
Okay.
Okay. So maybe just let's think about things we buy when we go to the store. You have an idea?
So maybe right now, toilet paper, that would be a good one.
Oh.
And that's something that's more expensive.
That's
so that
true.
could get us part of the way to 20.
Good. So good.
And toilet paper is maybe 8 something, $7 or $8.
Yeah, that's pretty expensive. Mm-hmm.
Is that expensive for toilet paper? $6?
No, my gosh, really, it's actually like 13, but I don't think we necessarily want to that. But,
right.
I think $8.50, something like that would be a good thing. Good.
Okay.
Okay.
So that would be a need. So maybe we should throw a want in there.
Sure.
Maybe some ice cream.
Great. That sounds good.
1 carton of ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
Take out that. And that's probably $4 or so.
Sure. Yep.
$4.39.
So I wanted to just say for a second, like I noticed how you started to put carton of ice cream and then you noticed it wasn't going to fit. So you took out the word of so that it would fit. And that's important because you don't want to have it go on to the next line. And another thing that I do sometimes is I just reduce the size just a little bit on that line.
How do you do that?
I'm sorry?
How do you do that?
So I would highlight where the whole line where it says carton ice cream.
Okay.
And I notice up at the top where it's right now it's 23.
Right here.
And I might take it down to like 22. And sometimes that's enough.
Okay.
And nobody can even tell, right? You can't tell that that's smaller.
Right.
But it might be just enough to make it stay on that line.
Okay, great.
Okay. So what's something else that we might, my dog eats chicken that I have to cook for her. So that's something that a lot of people are maybe not for their dogs. Probably people are buying it for themselves.
Okay, so 1 package of chicken and
usually like $7.
Okay. Should we add these up to see how far we are right now before we keep going? Okay,
so I'm going to get my phone.
Yeah, I'm going to do the same.
Just do that.
Okay, so we are at $19.89.
That's kind of high. So maybe we need to take those prices down.
Okay.
Yeah, which I think is okay.
And we could get a smaller pack of chicken and it would be less money. So maybe we go down to just $5.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. And then ice cream,
$17.89.
Yeah, I think ice cream, you can get a package of ice cream for maybe $2.25.
I'm a Ben & Jerry's fan. That's why I had $4.39 in my head.
I know.
But yes, you're right. There are
But I buy popsicles that are cheaper.
Yes.
And I think you could probably get toilet paper for $4.50, like a smaller pack.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay. So yeah, let's get maybe something from the produce department. How about
maybe some bananas?
Oh, that's a good idea. Bananas are cheap too. A bunch of bananas.
5 bananas, 1 for each day of the week.
Oh my gosh, they're so cheap. That would be like 89 cents.
Okay.
1 for each day of the week. That's good, Dana.
I have a banana and a smoothie every morning, so that's why.
Oh my gosh, you're so good. I cannot eat the same thing every day. I'm sure I should. Okay.
Okay, toilet paper, ice cream, chicken, bananas.
How about some kind of bread, like a loaf of bread?
Okay. And that's also like $1 or something, right? Maybe $1.20 for a loaf of bread.
Sure.
Okay.
Now I think I feel like we could put something a little more expensive.
Okay.
In there. Maybe some cheese.
Oh. Good one. So one package of cheese.
String cheese.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's not going to fit.
Well, like I remember, I can make it a little bit smaller.
Yeah, that's true.
And we should be able to fit a price in there.
True. That's sometimes 2 for $6. So what if you get, can you put $3?
Yes. Perfect.
Okay, there we go. Good. So what are we at now? So 4,725, 1175. We still need, we have room to go a little more.
Okay.
What about something like a personal care item like shampoo?
Okay, maybe like a shampoo and conditioner pack.
That's a good idea.
I might need to make that smaller again.
Oh,
I moved the whole thing. Oh no.
That's good to show though.
What did I do?
Happens. Yeah, so we're gonna have to group that later.
Okay.
So go up into the the orange part in the upper corner, one of the upper corners, and grab that shopping list and pull it back to the right.
Okay. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So I'm going to try to do that again.
Those are separate things at this point.
Shampoo and conditioner?
No. The shopping list and the words in the shopping list are separate pieces right now. Okay.
So the shampoo and conditioner is probably maybe like $7 or so.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Yeah. Maybe let's make it at like $7.29 or something. Okay. So it's not an exact number.
It's a little too big. Can I just drag this to make the box a little bigger? Does that
I think
work
you
too?
can. Yeah. Let's see if we can, especially since the pen is not in the way now.
There we go. Now
I'm adding these up. All right, we're at $24.13.
Okay. Is that too much money, you think? I think we should take one item away.
Yeah, why don't we just take out why don't we just take out the string cheese?
Okay.
So then that takes us to $21.13, and that's just a little bit over, which I think is a really good thing. Okay, so we need to do a couple of things now. Normally we would group those two items together. So since I already talked about that, let's just show that.
Okay.
So we need to click on the words. So go ahead and click on the words. Good. Now, hold down the shift key.
Okay.
And then click on the shopping list. Okay, now you can see that they're both selected.
Yes.
Now you want to right click. And you can, about in the middle of that menu, you see the word group.
Yes.
So click on that.
Okay. And now they're together?
Yeah, now they're together and that's one item. So you should be able to move. If you wanted to move those around.
If I move it around, they move together.
That's exactly right. It behaves as one thing.
Okay, great.
Okay. So now we need to make this slide as the background so that students can't move anything around.
Okay.
So, to do that, you're going to go up to the bar and go to the file.
Okay.
Okay. And see where it says download?
Yep.
All right. And you're going to download it as a PNG image.
Okay.
Okay.
Great.
All right. So that's been
popped up at the bottom here.
There you go. Okay. So now you can select, remember how we selected everything on that page? You can go Control A. Okay. Or you can drag and do that, either one. And now you can just delete everything.
We're going to get rid of it?
Yes, I know that's scary, but we just downloaded everything. Okay, so it's safe. Okay, good. Now you can go back up to the bar and see where it says background.
Right here.
Yep.
Okay.
And you're going to go to choose image.
Okay.
And browse.
Okay.
And it's going to be in downloads.
Okay, which is way up here.
Okay. And it should be your first image.
Oh, and now it popped back up.
Yep, there you go.
Okay.
So now when you try to click on anything, you can't move anything. because the whole thing is one flat image.
Okay.
And this is what we want because we don't want students to accidentally move anything around.
Right. Okay.
Okay. All right. So now we're ready to move on to the next slide.
Okay. So that's this one here.
Right. Okay. So now you can see that we have the shopping list again, but this is not our shopping list.
Right.
Okay, but before we start messing with this slide, we have to remember that this is the other one. We need to duplicate this slide.
Okay, so
before we make any changes.
Go to slide and duplicate just like
yep,
before.
The same thing we did before.
Okay.
Okay, now what I like to do so that I don't get my slides mixed up is I like to move the slide up so that I'm keeping the ones that my new slides together and I'm keeping the old slides together.
Okay, so how do I do that?
So you can grab a hold of the one of the slides. So you have two duplicates that at this point are exactly the same. Right. So take one of them and drag it up above the one that we just created.
Okay.
There you go.
So that this one's first and then this one comes next. But I think we have to move this one down too.
Okay. Right?
So now our new slides are on the top and our old ones are underneath.
Okay. Yeah, there you go. So our two new ones are at the top, and we can tell that because we have the $20 ones at the top. Okay, so now we can make changes to this shopping list because we want our shopping list to reflect the new information.
Okay.
Okay, so the easiest thing to do is, what I would do is to take a screenshot of the new information from the slide before that we just finished. So if you click on the slide before and you just take a screenshot only of the information on the shopping list, you could take a screenshot of the whole shopping list. That might be easier.
Okay, so on my PC, I would click on Windows, Shift, and the letter S in order to take a screenshot. That's how I do it on the PC. So
you're only going to do the orange shopping list.
Okay. So just like this. And then it saves to my clipboard. So it's like it's copied.
And then you can paste it over the top of the shopping list that's on this new slide.
Okay, so I'd right click and paste and maybe make it a little bit smaller.
Yep. There we go.
Great.
Okay. And now you obviously notice that the things in the cart are not what we need them to be.
Right.
So we need to find images that match what's on our shopping list.
Okay.
Okay. So to do this, we're going to need there's two ways we can do it. From right within Google Slides, there is a feature that allows us to insert images.
Okay.
It's not the greatest, but let's take a look at that first. Okay. So if you go to at the top where it says insert.
Yep.
And click that, you can see image comes up first.
Okay.
And then it says search the web.
Okay.
And then that bar shows up on the right.
Yes.
So the first item says toilet paper. So just go ahead and type in toilet paper. And then I like to type in the word PNG, the letters PNG after. Because what that means is that we're going to get something without a background.
Okay.
And that'll help it to sit in the cart more nicely.
Great.
So we're looking like, you don't want something that's hanging on the wall because that's not going to go in the cart well.
Mm-hmm.
So you're looking for a picture of toilet paper as it might appear in the cart.
Do you think it would be helpful if we tried typing in like Charmin toilet paper or a certain brand?
You could do that, yes, or you could even do package, but yep, you could try that. And then if you add the word PNG again, you might get a better.
Or not.
So again, we're not getting the best option. So I might leave it open, and then you might need to open a new tab.
Okay.
So if you go up to the top of your screen, you can see a little plus sign. Just go ahead and click that plus sign. Yep.
Okay.
And then in the browser bar, type image Charmin PNG. And then above those little images there, it says in blue or purple, it says images for image Charmin PNG. Click on that and you're gonna get a lot more options.
Oh,
okay.
Yes.
See, yeah. So in that top row, you've got some really good choices. I like that second one, right?
Me too.
So if you right click that image, then you can go scroll down there and you can see it says copy image.
Okay.
And then go back to your tab where we were making the slides.
Yeah.
And click somewhere in the grocery cart and just push, actually, yeah, and just click paste.
Great.
There we go. And then you can change the size.
Okay.
Now, we're also going to need to get rid of the things that are already there.
Right.
So go ahead and click the strawberries and just click delete. And the beans and all those other things and just click delete. Bye-bye, groceries. Okay, and then you can move the Charmin over.
Okay, so now it's in the cart.
Yep.
Okay.
So you can either work within the app and do this back and forth until you have everything, or you can just go to, honestly, I like to just go tab back and forth straight into Google Images because I find it much faster. So next one, okay. And you have to start typing. Oh, this one. So yep, right click, copy image. And paste. Yep. Okay. Okay, get back to chicken. PNG. That's fine. I forget to put the PNG sometimes. Sometimes it's fine. Sometimes it's okay. So with this one, because there's so much white space around, is there a way to get rid of that white space? Yes. That's where PNG actually would help, because PNG wouldn't have that. Okay. There is a way to get rid of this. If you right click, you can crop. So if you go down below half, yes, right there, and click on that. Then you can see the whole thing outlined heavily in black. Yes. So we don't want to crop from the sides, we only want to crop from the top and the bottom. But now you can grab those, the lines at the top and bottom, and bring them down. Like this. Yep, and then grab the bottom and go up. When you're done, then just hit return. Whoops, that didn't work very well. Let's try that again. There we go. Yep. Okay, and now it's taking away the white space. Okay. So next we need bananas. What, 1, 2, 3, 4? Okay, 1, 5. We need 5 bananas. Yeah. This one looks like we need 5. Yes, sorry, 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 that's okay. We can also change it to just say a bunch of bananas. Yeah, because this one has a weird background on it too. So we may not want to use that one. We can also send it. Okay, that's true. So we're gonna try a bunch of bananas. Maybe try this one and see if that works. Okay, it's the same one. Okay. Oh, is it? It's always the same. Let's see if it has the same background. It's the same background. Good. Okay. And then a loaf of bread. Oh, but we want to make sure it's a package loaf, right? Yeah. Should I write in package? Sure, try that. No. Second round, oh, here's one. Yeah. Oh, that one has that same background. That's fine. There we go. The brand, right? Okay, and the last thing is shampoo and conditioner. Okay, how about some Pantene? Perfect. This one also has a lot of white. Maybe I should crop it as well. I think that's a good idea. Okay. Uh-oh, what did I do? So to undo, let's say we make a mistake like that. You can click on here, it's Command Z. But for you, it's probably Control Z. I think so. Let me try it. Or Control Z while undo. Oh, yes, Control Z brings it back. Okay, so let me try that again. Sometimes it's tricky because the dot to resize the image is in the same place as the line. There we go. Okay. Now all our images are in the cart. So you can if you click on the Charmin, which it is, go up to arrange. Okay. And order, the top one. And then you can say bring forward or bring to front. Okay. So now the Charmin is now you can see it. So that's how you can determine. Yep. Okay. So now we have everything in our cart, and you can fuss around with that if you want to. And so now we need to do the same thing to this cart, because if we get, or to this whole slide, we want to lock everything in place so that kids don't accidentally move it around. Okay. Do you think, I have a question. Do you think before we lock it, it would make sense to copy it and paste it for the next slide? So then instead of doing the screenshot? So our next slide is going to use this again, right? Okay. So yes, we don't want to have to go through all of this again. Yeah, so we want to make sure that the cart looks exactly like we want it to. Right. And we can copy and paste just the cart. Okay. And paste it on the next page, yes, before we. So if I drag and select it like this. Yep. Can't I group this one too so it's all connected? You sure can. Yep. And then I can right click and copy it. Yep. Although I haven't duplicated the slide yet, so maybe I should just keep it in my clip, or maybe I should copy it onto here. Or maybe I should duplicate the slide first before I copy the cart. I think it's a good idea to duplicate the slides before you change anything. Okay, so I'm gonna go to slide and duplicate this slide.
so that I can then delete this cart and add in our cart. Like that?
Yep, that looks perfect.
Okay, great. So let me go back up now.
And remember how we were removing all the old slides down below and grouping all of our new slides.
Okay, so I'm going to take this one and drag it up so it's with our new slides. Okay. So now we have to lock this one, right? Is that what you said?
So now we want to lock this one in the same way. So do you remember how we did that before?
Yes, I think we downloaded it first.
Right, we downloaded it as a PNG image.
Okay. And then we delete it.
We can delete everything, right?
And then set it as our background.
Right, so we choose this image and then go to browse, and it should be in your downloads. Okay. First one.
And now it's
there. We go. Yep.
Okay. Great.
So sometimes when I'm making two, and we can go back, well, we can't go back now and do this, but we could change it on the other set. Sometimes I make the backgrounds a different color if I'm making two sets that are the same concept with different numbers or different items.
Okay.
I'll make the background a slightly different color because it can get a little confusing if you're making things that look really similar.
That makes sense.
Okay. All right. So is this the locked one or is this the next one? Okay.
So this is our next slide.
Okay. So now remember that our objective is for the kids to decide if they have enough money to buy everything in the cart. So now they're going to add everything up. So again, we have to copy the shopping list, our new shopping list, onto this page. So we need to go back to the shopping list.
Okay, I'm going to duplicate the slide first.
Oh, yes. Please do.
And then move it up so it's with our other ones. Okay.
Okay.
So now we screenshot it just like before?
Yep.
Okay. So that's Windows Shift S, and then I can copy it, and then it automatically goes to my clipboard.
Okay.
And then I can put it right on top of this one. Make it a little bit bigger. Like that?
And so, yeah, and then we just need to change the prices in the box that are here so that they match.
Okay, so these prices here have to match the ones in the list.
Yep.
So I'm going to do like this.
And it looks like you're going to have to make it a little bit smaller so that they fit because we have more items.
Okay. Okay, just like that.
Okay, yep.
Okay.
Now, I noticed that you only have a budget of $10 because this is from the other time when we had a budget of $10. So you're going to need to copy that $10, small, tiny 10, and paste another copy. So just right click and copy.
Okay.
And then paste right there. Good.
Okay. And I need to make them a little bit smaller so they both fit.
Okay, so now we need so in this case, the kids are going to need to add this up, right? So the task says use a calculator to add up the prices of all the food in our cart. Okay. And then they have to decide whether that is more or less than our budget.
Right.
Okay, so that's it for this slide.
Okay.
So what do we need to do before we go on?
We need to lock it in place.
We need to lock it. That's right.
So I'm going to file, download as a PNG. Okay. And then delete everything.
Yep.
Open the background, choose image, browse, and select the most recent one on top. Okay. And then it's there. Yep. Now, because we want the students to be able to type in their answers, do we have to do anything extra?
We do. So if they want to type in their answers right there, we need to add a text box, and that's the only thing that they will be able to activate on that page.
Okay.
Okay, so go up to the bar, and you find the little text box is the thing with the T.
Okay.
Click on it, and then inside that aqua box, just drag an empty text box.
Okay.
Okay, and make it as big as you want. So I might make it like, I don't know, 20 font, like increase the size to maybe 20. Just you want to make it big enough so that they can see it easily.
Right, so if we typed in an answer, I know it's not actually $20, but we can use it just to size. I can even probably make it a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
So that they can see the answer, and then I can delete it.
Yep. And then you'll do the same thing in the other aqua box.
Okay. Can I just copy this text box and paste it?
Yep, go ahead and try.
Okay. And now there's a second one that I can just drag down here.
Yep.
Great.
Okay. And that you don't need to lock that because again, that's the only active thing that's on this page.
Okay.
Okay. So we have I think we just have one more slide. Am I right?
One more slide. Yep.
Okay.
Slide 49 here.
Okay. All right. So we've already done the cart on this page because we copied the cart from the previous slide and brought it down here. And so now they just have to make one choice. They have to decide whether they have enough or not. So we need to make a couple changes here. So what are the changes we need to make?
So we need to change our budget because it's $20 instead of 10.
Right. So what can we
copy and paste it, right?
Yep.
Okay. And then maybe a little bit smaller. Yeah. There we go.
Okay. And then so I have the calculator open so that I can see how much the food actually costs.
Okay.
It wasn't $9.67, so it was actually $21.13.
Okay. There we go.
Okay. All right. And so then the kids need to choose. So we need to give them some way to choose to indicate yes or no. And here's where it gets a little bit tricky. So we're going to lock everything down first, just like we did on the last slide where we locked everything down and then we put the text box.
Okay.
We're going to lock everything down and then we're going to create a ring for them to put around yes or no.
Okay.
Okay. So let's go ahead and lock it
like we did with the other ones, right?
Exactly.
Yep. So file, download as a PNG. Yep. And then select everything and delete. Yep. And then go to background, choose image, browse, and then select the top one. Okay.
Okay, so then we need to now, again, create a ring or something, some way for them to indicate yes or no. And instead of having them type something in, let's go up and add a shape, a ring, for them to drag around the yes or the no. So near the background, to the left of that, you can see like a circle on top of a square.
Right here.
And that's the shapes. So click on that. And you can choose the first one that says shapes. And in the second group,
this group,
the third row down, you can see like a donut.
Okay, this one right here.
Yep, click on that.
Okay.
And then create a donut. It's gonna look really fat and not at all like you want it first. Okay. Yep, that looks about right. And you can make the donut skinnier. So see that little yellow dot near the Y here? Good. Grab that and pull it out to the left.
Okay.
Good. To make it as thin as you want. That's good.
Okay.
Now, we can fill in the ring so that it has some color. So go up to the top bar, just over to the right where you see the paint bucket.
Okay.
And click the fill color where it says fill color. So let's choose a color, maybe, I don't know, blue.
All right.
And click that. And there we go. Now we have a blue ring.
Excellent.
Now, we don't want to circle an answer so that when they click on the slide, they're going to see the answer. So let's drag that out of the way. Down. There we go. Off to the edge of the slide. So that when they click on it, they're going to see that it's off to the side and they have to choose.
And now that's the only thing on the sheet we can move, right?
That's right. Mm-hmm.
Great.
Yeah. Okay. And that's it. We're done.
Oh, that wasn't too hard.
No. So now we've created interactive slides. So The thing about these slides is the first time you make them, it does take a little while. You have to learn the tools, but after you do it a few times, it gets easier and easier, and it's really fun for the kids.
Even after I locked 3 or 4 slides, it was easier by the end.
Right, for sure. And it is fun for the kids to be able to interact with the slides, and being able to see the images like this really helps them so much be able to do things. Even our students who aren't strong readers really can do this, especially when we support with video.